Hello, Glenn Heaton from perthlocalmarketing.com.au, and in this video I'm going to show you how to edit a simple video using Windows Live Movie Maker. Now this version of Movie Maker is one that is usable with Windows 7 and with later versions of Windows Vista. If you have Windows Vista early versions or Windows XP, I'll show you how to create a video on an earlier version of Windows Movie Maker. But for now, I'll just give you a quick overview of the screen as you see it here when you first open Movie Maker. You'll see here on this section is a blank screen, and that's the actual preview window, and that's where we'll see our edit before we actually send it up to YouTube. On this area here we have our menu bars. Now the video that I showed you how to create in the workshop was a simple one with just music, still images, and we created some captions or text to go along with those images and some title screens. Now we can set all this up easily with just a few clicks of the mouse because we're going to use the auto movie themes that you see up here, and then we'll actually save and export the file, the movie, up to YouTube. Now you can see here we have other functions available, like you can send it straight to your Facebook page, which is great for you people with Facebook accounts, so that's going to be a big time saver as well. Now first up though, we need to make sure that we have all our elements for our video. Now when you're doing your research or you're putting together what you need for your video, and that might include photos or images, your scripts, your music, any video that you might shoot and record, you need to place them into a directory or a folder so that you can keep track of them all. There's nothing worse than wasting time trying to hunt down things on your computer that you might have misplaced. So come to your Documents section, and you'll find this on all versions of Windows. You come to your Start button down here and just come into Documents, and you can see here that I've made up a folder called Video Elements. To make up the folder, you right click, come to New, click on Folder, and you can see it's created a folder or a directory, and then you can just name the folder and click on the Return button. Now I've created Video Elements. I'm just going to double click on that, and you can see I've created new folders called Music, Scripts, Stills, and I'm going to create a new one just to show you again the process, and I'm going to call it Voice, and that might be some voice recordings that I've had done, or it could be my own voice recordings. Now in here, this is where you save or store or copy when you download all the elements that you have, and you might even go another step and you might create another folder for the actual title of your video. So it could be newsletter video number 1, or promotional video date with the date that you're making the video. Whatever's good for you on how to organize the elements for your video, and that will just help you no end in the ease and quickness of creating your videos. So I'm just going to close that window. Now the next thing we need to do is actually add some videos or photos. Now just as you saw me do in the workshop, I'm coming to my folder with the still images, and I'm going to click with my left mouse button and select all of those images. I need to click on Open, and now I have all those images into, this is the area called the storyboard. And if I actually play, you'll see that the videos will just cut, the images will just cut from one to the other, coming up. There we go. Just as this timeline moves across. Now that's all well and good, but it's not very snappy. So we're going to do one really quick thing here. We come up to Auto Movie Themes, and you can certainly go through here and test how all of these different styles look on your videos. I like this one because it adds some movement to the actual images. It adds what's called a Ken Burns effect, which means the still images are panned and zoomed in and out on the storyboard, so it looks like a moving image, which is great. Now because I'm making a movie, Windows Movie Maker says, oh, you'll probably want to have music with that. Would you like to add it now? And I'm going to say yes, because it saves me going to do this as another step. I'm just coming up here, and I already know a piece of music I'm going to have, and click on Open, and you can see our music in green has been positioned above all our images. But you might also notice a couple of other things. One, we've got some blank screens at the beginning and end of our movie, and we've got this little grey triangle on each on each image. Now that little grey triangle means it's a transition, and these things and the black screens have been added automatically by the auto movie theme that we just added. Now when I play, I'm just going to click with my mouse just so that we're past the first image. And you can see the bar there, the actual timeline has moved across. I'm going to come over here and click play, and now you'll see how the images, and you'll probably get a bit of music there as well, actually have some movement to them. That one's going from left to right, and we'll see what happens on this next transition. It's zooming out, okay, and you can see that the transitions have a fade or a dissolve between the images. Now that's great because it means it's visually interesting, and it's just more attractive than having just straight cuts between images. When I come up to this here and click on this little beigey type bar here that says My Movie, that's our text block. And I'm just clicking on that, and you can see it brings up the text My Movie. Now we can change that. I'm just dragging with my left mouse button and highlighting that, and I'm going to actually type in my promo number 1. And if I bring my mouse over there, you can see it moves into crosshairs. We can position that text anywhere in the screen, or I can come down here where it's just the cursor, and I can highlight again by clicking and dragging with my left mouse button, and I can change the size of the text. So I'm just going to do that, and that was just on the text size button up there on the drop down menu. Now you can see that the text has gone a bit wonky, so I'm going to click and drag again with my mouse button, my left mouse button, come here to the crosshairs and just centering that. Okay, now black is nice if you've got a nice clean image for the text, but it's not very visually exciting. You want to excite your viewers. So we come here to our black background, and we click on it once with our left mouse button, and I come up back here to background color, and I click on the drop down menu, and there I can choose any of these colors. So I'm going to select the orange one, and you can see there that it's actually changed. Once I click on the preview window again, my text comes back. So if I play from this position, you'll see that the text zooms in, and now we transition like that to the first piece of image. Fantastic. So in these images you might have a shot of the outside of your shop, you might have some product shots, you might have a shot of yourself, and then you can just introduce using captions what people are actually looking at. And so I'll just take that back, and I'm coming up here to caption. I'm just selecting, first of all, positioning my timeline where I want the caption to be, like on which slide. So I can just click on the slide, for example, and I click caption up here, and it enters that text block. And I'm just going to type in what this vision is. Group of people. Now you can see that it's white on a whitish background there, so it's not going to stand out very much. So we need to change the color of the text. We come up here to this little font box up here, and you can see it says text color. Click on the drop down menu, and I'm going to make it red. I'm going to make it bold. So this is just like a word processor, for example, and I'm going to raise or increase the font. Now I could also do it by doing that as well, selecting there. That's just handy. There's a couple of ways you can do it, and you can also change the style. So if I wanted to change to that comic group, if I wanted to change to a more of a typewriter text, you've got that there. So yeah, you can just do that for your own personal taste and what suits the video. Now, if I click over here at the start of the video and click play, you'll see that the text will change. There we go. Into the first image, into the second image coming up with a dissolve, and then our text there of group of people. That's our caption. Fantastic. And now you can just go through and select each image and add caption.